Good morning, everyone. It's Misha the Word Witch. Welcome back to my channel. It's day 2 of me being back in Pennsylvania. It's about like 8:47 a.m. right now. My plan was to get up at 8, but I actually woke up at I think 7:45. I woke up before my alarm went off, which is a rare thing for me. I normally sleep till my alarm goes off and then snooze multiple times. I'm not a morning person. And I'm actually awake before my mom, which is so weird to me because my entire life I feel like she's always been up before me, and then I'm always the one that was sleeping in, or sleeping till noon, or when I was in college, sleeping all day because I took night classes. So the fact that I'm up before her and we went to bed around the same time, it's really weird. Is this what adulthood is? When you wake up before your parents who used to always be up before you? I don't know. But yeah, my plan for this video is to start tackling all my books. Apparently I have a lot more books here than I thought I did, and I really just need to go through them and decide what I'm going to keep and what I'm not going to keep. Because I'm pretty sure there's probably some of these books that I've either never read, completely forgotten about, or may have already repurchased back in Florida. So I gotta move the air mattress so I have floor space, because this air mattress literally takes up the entire room as the room is right now. Because since I moved out, this room has been used for storage and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find a place to move this because I'm not deflating it, because this thing is loud when you deflate it, and also it takes a little bit, and it's holding up pretty well. I guess I didn't toss and turn too much last night, and I actually slept better than I expected last night. I was really worried that I wasn't gonna sleep well, but I guess from only having 3 hours of sleep the night before and just the overall day, yeah, I was exhausted. So yeah, I mean, I think I did wake up just a few times because I was either a little cold or a little warm, but yeah. So I'm going to move this bed, and I'm going to pull out I think there's 3 storage totes full of my books. I thought there was only 2, but apparently there's 3. Oh boy. Okay, so I just looked through the storage unit, and this was the only bin of mine I could find that had books in it, which is still a pretty sizable bin. And then I found these books all in different bins. This pile of books, and then these 4. You can't, oh, almost off the camera. Can't really see that one, but those were in a bin that said picking up next time in PA. So clearly, at least last time I was home, these were books I wanted to take with me. And then these I found in another random bin. And then there's all of these, which, right at the top, I can see my Vampire Diaries books. Oh, I hate to think of how many books are in here, because I counted these piles, and there's 39 books in these piles. And honestly, what I would really love to do between the books I take home and this tote is I would love to just have a smaller tote of books. Just because this is a lot of books. This feels like a lot of books. But I'm going to count this bin off camera. I'll show you everything laid out, and then we will get started with the decluttering. Okay, so I counted all the books, and there is 120 in this pile. Now, this book, I have my book sleeve. I don't know where the actual book is. I feel like I loaned it to somebody and never got it back. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of books here. I need to take a thumbnail and then we will get started. Okay, so I currently have my phone propped up against my shoes because I don't know another way to do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna split the books up into 3 piles. Keep, donate/sell, and maybe. The maybes are probably going to be ones I haven't read or ones I want to check to see if my library in Florida has. And if my library in Florida has them, you know, I can just check them out of the library and read them. So that's my plan. Oh, actually, no, it should be 4 piles because it would be keep to store here, keep to take to Florida, donate/sell, and then maybe. Yeah, those are gonna have to be the 4 piles. Go see if there's a way to prop my phone up a little bit better, because I ain't too happy with this. Yeah, let's try. Oh, that's a little bit better. Okay, I don't know where my camera cut off or why it cut off. I must have bumped it without realizing it. But so I don't know where you last heard off until I look over the footage, but so these were the books on my Take Back to PA pile, and the Circle of 3 series is one I've been thinking about a lot. I wanted to bring this back to Florida and eventually complete it because I don't have all the books. So yeah, these are definitely, and they're so light, thank goodness. So these are gonna go on my keep/take back to Florida pile. I think, yeah, that'll be good. And then the other 3 are the Forbidden Game trilogy by L.J. Smith. God, I've had these forever, and I do remember last time I was home rereading the first book, and I was like, yes, I still really enjoy this series. I know that now you can get this book as like one giant book. I'm not really a fan of that kind of style of book, so I definitely am going to keep the 3 I've had since like the 90s, the 90s. So I definitely want to take these back with me as well. God, yeah, I've had these for like ever. Okay, so next pile of books. Okay. Alrighty, so we have Beowulf, which is a classic. This is the bilingual edition. So you have the original the text in its original and then in modern day English. Beowulf is a classic. It's just, I know Beowulf is also a book I could get at the library and read. I'm not sure if Beowulf is a book I need to keep anymore, just because I know, like, it's always going to be at the library. So I don't feel like leaning over, so I'm going to put the Declutter books over here. Oh, oh my god, the Hollow series. Yeah, I definitely think this is another series I want to keep. I don't know if these are going to go on the Florida pile or not. I'm going to really have to see how much room I have in my bag. But, yeah, I know I definitely want to keep these. So I'm going to put the keep books over here. And then we have Hood and Scarlet, which I know I never read. I'm going to put these on the maybe pile and see if my library back in Florida has them. Lamort Today Arthur, same thing, classic. Probably always going to be able to find it in a library. This is a really ridiculously big book. Yeah, I don't think I need to keep it, so same thing, I think. Utopia might be a maybe. I mean, it's not that big of a book. And, yeah, I'll put that on the maybe pile. Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, same thing. I feel like you can find this book at the library, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to have to read it. Fahrenheit 451. I'm going to put in the keep pile, just because I feel like this is a book that everyone should keep. Oh, okay, wait. So this is a 60th anniversary edition, and it has an introduction by Neil Gaiman. Oof. I mean, I could possibly get a nicer edition of Fahrenheit 451. I think I'd probably prefer it in hardcover, because this would be like a permanent book. The fact that it's 60th anniversary doesn't super mean anything to me. I think I'm gonna get rid of this copy and then eventually replace it with like a hardcover, maybe a nicer edition. And then we have Ireland by Frank Delaney, which I remember reading during my undergraduate and really, really liking it. I think I'm going to put this one on the maybe pile for now, though. I might give it a reread while I'm home and see if I still really like it. Okay, God, what pile do I start with next? Okay, this pile, The Strange Case, Jonathan Strange and Dr. Almost said The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Oh my God. Yeah, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. I know for a fact they have this book at my library at home. I know for a fact they do. So I can get rid of that one. The Diary of Anne Frank. I think I'm gonna put this on the maybe pile. I'm sure I could probably still get it at the library. Okay, so now I have 2 of my Vampire Diary books. Where's the third one? Okay, so this was, I believe, the series, or the part of the series where, I don't remember, actually, it's been so long since I've read these, I don't remember. Okay, yeah. So this is when Elena and her friends go off to college. I think if I remember correctly, these were the last 3 that L.J. Smith wrote before those blue covered ones came out that were written by a ghostwriter that weren't written by her, and you could just tell, and I didn't like those. I never owned those. I did read them, but I didn't like them. I may want to reread these. These are a maybe, I feel like. Just because, like, the original, like, 4, which, by the way, I know I said I don't like when, like, the books are, like, together, but, these are together, and, I mean, for me, this is okay, because this is a strong series. I definitely know I want to keep these. I definitely want to keep the originals. And then there's also these, which I don't remember as well as I should either. Yeah, I don't remember past the original set that well, and clearly, like I said, I loaned this first book to somebody and never got it back. I never thought I'd put Vampire Diaries books on the maybe pile, but I think these have to go on the maybe pile, because I don't remember these that well. And then, oh yes, I wish that I could fit all of these and take all of these back to Florida with me. I still love this series so much. So much. So that's going on the absolute yes pile. Oh my God. So I have this giant Shakespeare book that I've had since my undergraduate. And I've realized that, yeah, Shakespeare's grown on me, but I could probably get a much smaller book of Shakespeare, or also just only get like the Shakespeare stories I really like. Like, I just bought a really nice edition at a secondhand bookstore that had some of Marlowe's plays and also had some Shakespeare plays in it, and one of them was Macbeth, and Macbeth's my favorite one. So I think this can go. Oh my god, it's so heavy. You could like legend somebody with it. Okay, I have an edition of Dracula, which I think, oh yeah, this one is illustrated. That's cool. To be honest, Dracula is one of my favorite books, but I have, my Barnes & Noble edition, which I really love. It is a lot smaller, and I don't need 2 copies of the same book, although this one is pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna put this one on the get rid of pile. God, I'm shocking myself with what I'm getting rid of, that's for sure. Okay, so next I have like a bunch of like, oh my god, the witch book, and then my 2 vampire encyclopedias, which I've had for like ever. God, look how thick that is. And I've actually read completely through all 3 of these books. Oh my god. I mean, I wonder, do they have like a newer version of these? I think the real thing is, like, these are freaking huge. Like, these are so huge. I know there's a lot of history in these, but like look how huge that is. And then this one's pretty big. And then this one's also pretty big. I think I can let go of this one. If I do end up keeping one vampire encyclopedia, I think I'm gonna keep the one that's got David from the Lost Boys on it. I mean, I just love that cover. So I think I can get rid of this one and be okay with that decision. And see, I have so many other books about witchcraft and Wicca and all that now that I don't feel like I really need, like, if I kept this, it would just be for like any historical things, but I feel like I could find other books at like the library or just like within other places that would have like the historical information, because like, you know, they have things in here about like different movies and like what the bell is used for and all that. It's like, and I have all that information in other books, in smaller books. So this surprises me, but I think I'm ready to let this one go. Oh, I don't even know. Because see, there's like, while there's a lot of interest, because also this is probably really outdated. Because it's like, you know, it mentions people in here. You know, some of them are dead, but like, I know, like the one page I flipped to, like, showed somebody, and it said like they weren't dead yet. But like, this book is from, God, this book was published in 1999. Really? I haven't had it since 1999, I know that much. But it's like, I'm sure, like, information in this book has probably changed. And I think I gotta put this one on the maybe pile. I don't think I can make a decision about it. Okay. I mean, so far the keep piles, not too big. Okay, so then the next one is Haunted London. This is just more like a, kind of like a coffee table book or whatever. Well, I consider it like a coffee table book, but, yeah, I feel like this one, don't need to keep it. The Deluxe Transitive Vampire. I don't even remember what this is. Oh, it's a grammar book. Oh, this is actually kind of fun. This is like very on theme for me. But do I need another grammar book? Plus language is constantly changing, so it's like, do I really need to keep this? And I didn't even remember what it was. So I'm kind of feeling like I don't need to keep it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then I have a book on werewolves, which I don't need to keep this. I really don't. I mean, I'm not that big into werewolves. Yeah, I really feel like I can get rid of this book and be okay with it. So wow, out of that pile, I only kept one book, or I only put one book on the maybe pile. Wow, that's shocking to me. Well, I mean, my reading tastes have changed a lot, and, you know, I've changed a lot, and, like, realistically, the one thing I want to think about is, with these books, it's like, you know, have I thought about them? Do I think I'm gonna, like, ever read them again? Are these books that I could possibly replace with nicer editions? You know, could I get them from my library? Because I still want to own books. Like, I still love books. But I don't feel the need to hoard them quite like I used to, I guess. Or at least, you know, these books, which I haven't touched in years. Yeah. Alright, so let's just go on to the next pile. And we still have 3 piles to go. Oh my god. Honestly, most of the books that are remaining in those 3 piles are Black Dagger Brotherhood books. Oh, okay, so this is I think this is called the Timmy Valentine trilogy. I can't remember what the official name for this is. But yeah, I've had these books for so long. This is probably the best looking one, because I think I actually was able to get this one in good condition. I've had this book, God, for so many years, which I read this book first, not realizing it was the last book in the series, like a trilogy. And then this copy of Vampire Junction I bought at a secondhand bookstore that no longer exists, and you can tell this has been through it, and I had to tape the cover back on at one point because it fell off. Yeah, no, these are definitely, no, I want to keep. I might even put these on the Florida pile. I know I'm definitely going to keep Power and see if they go on the Florida pile, but eventually I think I'm gonna, if I can, have to replace this copy of Vampire Junction, because it is, like, it's mainly just the cover that's beat up. Like, the book itself is still good inside. So, or maybe I could learn how to rebind a paperback book and just, like, find this cover and rebind it. Because the book is, like, still, like, the pages are still good. They're a little worn, but it's just, like, the front cover that is, like, it's taped on. I definitely know I want to keep those. Okay, this is an easy one. This is just, like, a collection of short stories, and I don't really like short story collections, so that's an easy go. Interred with Their Bones. Oh. I feel like I could probably find this book at my library. God, that had a bookmark stuck in it. I feel like I could probably find this book at my library. God, it's actually a really nice book. What is the... Oh, yeah. That's nice with or without the cover. Yeah, I just don't remember this one, really. I'm gonna put that on the maybe pile. Oh, okay. Now, I used to be really big into manga at one point. And over the years, my manga collection has seriously dwindled down. And I think besides the Magazilla Library, which I have back in Florida, which is a newer series I got into, I think the only series I've kept from my younger years is the Godchild series. I remember last time I was home, I reread the first one and was still just like, oh my god. Like, it's, I don't know, this, like, I mean, Kane is just Kane's such a vibe. Yeah, you know I don't really read manga that much anymore, but I don't think I'm quite ready to let go of these. Maybe while I'm home, I'll, like, reread over the entire series if I have time. And then, like, really decide, but I don't know, everything inside of me is saying don't let go of these yet, so, you know what, I think I'm just gonna keep them. I'll probably still read them, but I just don't think I can let go of those yet. Yeah, there's just, I guess there's just certain books that you can't let go of. Okay. So, oh god. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay. So, Black Dagger Brotherhood. I mean, this series has been going on for ever. I mean, she's still writing them. And they're still freaking great. I just read... Actually, I have it in my bag. I finished this... I think I finished this on the plane, but it's A Bloom in Winter. And it's, like, one of the holiday books. Normally, I'm not, like, into these kind of books, but, like, when J.R. Ward writes one, I read it. And this was really good. Not as smutty as some of the other ones, but normally I feel like her holiday ones aren't as smutty as, like, the series itself. Yeah, this was really good, but anyway. Eventually, if possible, I want to get all of these in hardcover. Because I love this series so much. So maybe what I might do for now, there's a reason I pulled this one off, I'll explain that in a moment. I might, like, take a picture of all the ones I have in softcover, and then see if I can buy them in hardcover, eventually, like, even if they're secondhand, like, I don't care. It's just with series I know I love, I would prefer to have them, A, in hardcover, and B, as matching as possible. It's kind of annoying when you have, like, this, and these are so short, and then you have, you know, like, it kind of bothers me. Okay, well, this is a Black Dagger Brotherhood book, and we know we're keeping this one for sure. Yes, I remember that one. Oh, so good. So, yeah, I definitely know I'm keeping these. See, this is going to be where the amount of books I keep goes up, because it's the Black Dagger Brotherhood. And I know realistically I could do it reverse and get all of, like, the newer ones in paperback at some point, because I think all the paperbacks are the same size, but, like, I love this series, and I know the paperbacks are smaller, and I could probably, like, double stack them on my bookshelf because there are a lot of them, but I just don't think I could bring myself to keep this series and not give this series the respect it deserves and have it all in hardback. That's how much I love the series. So this one is the Legacy. So this is like a spin-off series a little bit, and to be honest, I don't, like, I'll read these, but I don't feel like I need to own these. Like I said, like, J.R. Ward, the whole Black Dagger Brotherhood world, I love, absolutely love. But, I don't know. It's just, this isn't main series, and like I said, even though it, like, has main series characters in it and all that, I don't feel the same attachment to these that I do with the main series. So I feel like I can let this go with no problem, but, like, the main series books are, like, a completely different story. Like, main series, I'm very sure this one is main series. Oh, no, I think this might, oh, no, never mind. This one's a Legacy one, so this one can go. I was like, I don't remember that one being, I probably actually could just look at the list of books and decide. Oh, yeah. And this one's a Legacy one, too, so... yeah, I think this one can also go. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I think I've read everything in the Black Dagger Brotherhood universe. I just don't know. There's just something about the spin-off books that I'm like, like, I actually own the other 2 Black Dagger Brotherhood holiday books, and I love those, and I do like those, but now I'm like, do you really need to keep those? I don't know. Oh, and speaking of, so we have the Black Dagger Brotherhood and Insider's Guide. I mean, this was written... oh, God, how long? I don't even remember. Like, this... yeah, I mean, I think only, like, the first, like, 6 or 7 books are out when this was released. Yeah, 2, 4, there's only 6 of the books out when this was written. Obviously, there's a lot more books in this series now. So this is, I don't want to say outdated, but it's not complete, because obviously there's more characters that have been introduced throughout the series. Yeah, and so, I mean, the paperback's pretty tall. It actually almost completely lines up with the book, and I know I've had this for a while, but actually, maybe I don't need to keep this. I read through this once, and I've never felt the urge to pick it back up, so I actually think I can let that go. Okay, so now we've got a smaller pile. Okay, so we just got these. Actually, I could probably just put these all on a pile. Unfortunate English. This is just a really funny book. The gloomy truth behind the words you use. This book is just a lot of fun. Actually, I think I might take this back to Florida, because I think my boyfriend would probably really get a kick out of this. Yeah, so I think I'm actually going to put this on the Florida pile, just for my boyfriend. Oh, and then same thing, Knickers in a Twist. My best friend Kelly got me this book ages ago when we did a British-themed Christmas one year. We used to theme our Christmas gifts. I really think my boyfriend is going to get a kick out of this as well. and I know I want to reread it, so this is going to go with Florida. Now this one is The Writing of Middle Earth, and it's a Tolkien book. I've honestly never even opened this, and it seems like it's just more about like fonts and stuff. I don't need to keep that. The Fault in Our Stars. Normally when it comes to books that you know, like, I'm not like a fan of like the movie covers or the, you know, or like what, you know, like whatever covers, but like I still can't read this book or watch this movie without crying like a baby. I really can't. I mean, and for being a paperback and for how many times I've read this, it's actually still in really good shape. But I know on like Pango Books, there's people that are selling like the collector's edition, and the collector's edition is really nice. And you know, like if it's a book I know I really love and then I'm gonna like read more, like I really kind of want to read this right now. Even though I'm currently in the middle of reading Onyx Storm, which I was really excited about, but I keep getting sidetracked from. I really want to kind of reread this right now. Oh my god, what is wrong with you? But I'm gonna get rid of the the soft cover, and I'm eventually going to get this in the hardcover collector's edition, because also look really good on my collector's edition shelf. Another Faust. Oh my god, I've had this book for so long, and I do remember reading it. I think it was maybe not the last time I was home, but one of the last times I was home. And honestly, this is gonna, if you've ever, I don't know if anybody's ever read this book. I don't know how popular this book was. But it gives me Umbrella Academy vibes. Like, probably even before there was an Umbrella Academy. So I don't remember. I know the graphic novels for Umbrella Academy came out before the show, and I know the show came out later. But okay, so this is from like 2009. I don't know if I don't think Umbrella Academy was written around the time of this. Because My Chemical Romance was still a thing in 2009, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, this just reminds me of the Umbrella Academy before there was an Umbrella Academy, or maybe around the same time Gerard Way got the idea for Umbrella Academy. I don't know. And I'm not at all suggesting that Gerard Way read this and was like, let me kind of copy it. But I think just because it gives me such Umbrella Academy vibes, I'm probably going to end up keeping this. Yeah, but it's like, it's a lot darker. Even though, let's face it, Umbrella Academy is not exactly super, super cheerful, but, God, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that. Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula. I finally read Escaping from Houdini last year, and I really enjoyed it, and I do enjoy this series. If anything, I might get rid of the paperback of Stalking Jack the Ripper and get it in hardcover, because I have Hunting Prince Dracula and Escaping from Houdini in hardcover. And, I mean, even though these match up pretty well, yeah, no, I want the hardcover. And I know I could probably find the hardcover, so still going to repurchase that eventually in hardcover. That reminds me, I really need to make a list of the books that I'm getting rid of because I'm going to get them in hardcover. The Book of Lost Things. Oh, God. Oh, it got damaged. Oh, no, that makes me really, really sad. This book was given to me years and years ago by my mentor and his wife. And I do remember reading this and absolutely loving it. And there's other John Connolly books I know I want to read. And I mean, look how, I know it's a little damaged at the top, like right there, but look at how beautiful that is. Like, that's beautiful. I'm definitely going to keep that. Okay, we're going to save that one to talk about. Okay. Well, I already see 3 books I can safely declutter, and that's going to be The Devil Wears Prada. I have a softcover version of this, and to be honest, I don't know why when it comes to this book, I prefer having it in softcover. And I know I said earlier I don't like books that have like the movie covers or whatever on them, but I love the paperback version because it has the movie cover on it. And I don't know, that's like one of the few exceptions I have. That and the copy of Good Omens I have has Michael Tennant and not Michael Tennant, oh my god, David Tennant and Michael Sheen on it. And I love that cover so much better than like the original cover. But I have this book in paperback. And then Bridget Jones's Diary and Bridget Jones is Mad About the Boy, which I am so excited for this movie. I love the Bridget Jones movies. Like, I absolutely love them. I just find that when it comes to the books, I like the books, but if I had the choice, and this is rare for me, if I had the choice between reading the book or watching the movie, I will pick the movie. And maybe it's just because the movie has Hugh Grant and Colin Firth in it. I don't know, but I don't need to keep these. Okay, and then, oh my god. Oh no, there is another pile. I think they're multiplying when I'm not looking, guys. Okay, these are all my Vampire Kisses books, which I don't know if anybody else ever read this series. If you have, let me know. But I remember the first 4 books having them, like, them coming out paperback, and I like these covers. Like, I don't know, there's just something about these covers that I just absolutely love. And then they came out, they stopped doing them in paperback, and then they started coming out with these hardcovers. And, I mean, the hardcovers are nice. Like, they're really nice. But there's just something about the paperbacks that I'm like, why didn't they just continue doing this series in paperback? I don't even know if they ever released the first 4 in hardcover. I should probably look that up, but I know, like, I haven't read this series in so long, but just, like, looking at it, like, I remember reading, like, I remember it, and I think this is a series that I'm going to continue to hold on to, because how could I not? If you've never read this series and you like vampire romances or like human vampire romances, I love this series. Cannot recommend it enough. Even after all these years. I mean, I think I bought this when Borders was still a thing. Okay? And who remembers Borders? It's been a long time since Borders existed. Yeah. So, I'm keeping those. Okay, so then I have my Amelia Atwater Rhodes books. Hawk Song, Snake Charm, and Wolf Cry, which I had, so there's 4 books in this specific series. I got rid of the 3rd one because even though it kind of had to do with Danica and Zane, it also didn't, and out of the 4 from this this series, that one was my least favorite. I did recently, or not super recently, but I did do a reread of Hawk Song, and I still absolutely love it. And so then that made me remember, like, it triggered my memories of Snake Charm, and I'm like, yes, Snake Charm. So Wolf Cry, the last one, I mean, first of all, I mean, these books are just beautiful. They're shiny and they're beautiful, but, so Wolf Cry is focusing on their daughter. Spoiler if you've never read this, and if you haven't read it by now, you know, this book came out so long ago that I'm just saying spoiler, but really, it's not my fault if you haven't read it yet. But yeah, Wolf Cry is their daughter being, you know, like, prepping to, like, take over, you know, maybe, you know, take over the kingdom one day and all that. And I mean, I don't love this one as much as I love these two. I don't know, maybe it's just because I feel, like, more connected to the characters, and then, you know, their daughter's all grown up, and it's kind of just like, okay, yeah, but, so I think Hawk Song and Snake Charm are gonna remain, and, yeah, I think Wolf Cry, I think it's time to go. Jeez, okay, and then, oh god, these are all out of order. I'm not gonna put them in order, but, so, I don't, when I was growing up, Babysitter's Club. Anybody remember those? Love those. I didn't keep any of my Babysitter Club books, because eventually I got to a point where I'm like, okay, these feel a little childish for me. But she had a series, Anna M. Martin, who wrote the Babysitter's Club, had a series called The California Diaries. So it did involve Dawn, who is one of the characters from the Babysitter's Club. This is, like, her diary while she's living in California. And it has, like, her friends, Sunny, Maggie, Amelia, and Ducky. And where Babysitter's Club, you know, deals with some stuff, you know, like, Claudia's grandmother dies, you know, Marianne goes through a breakup, Christy's mom gets remarried and all that. Like, these are definitely more young adult teen than Babysitter's Club. God, look at time when paperbacks were only $3.99. God, good old days. But, like, they deal with some, like, really, like, they deal with issues in here, like, Sunny's mom has cancer, Maggie has an eating disorder, Amelia starts dating a guy that, like, gets, like, violent with her and stuff, and then just, like, they're dealing with, like, real, like, hard, not, like, super hard-hitting, but they're definitely dealing with issues in these books that the Babysitter's Club, like, never touched on. And yeah, I think I still want to keep this series. And honestly, I think if I ever have a child, well, I mean, I want to have children, but I think, like, you know, if I have a daughter, especially, that I would want to pass these on to her and, like, have her read them. Or maybe I just selfishly want to keep them for myself and I'm using that as a justification. But yeah, I don't think I'm ready to let go of this series. Okay, and then the last book. Trigger Warning by Neil Gaiman. Now, we all know what's going on with Neil Gaiman right now. And it's uncomfortable to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it. And this is, you know, a collection of short stories. But actually, years ago when I was doing my undergraduate degree, Neil Gaiman came to the college I was at and spoke. And he signed everybody's books. So this is a signed copy of Trigger Warning. So while there's a part of me that's like, I'm not gonna read this, and I'm kind of like, I'm off Neil Gaiman right now just because of everything. Like, it is a signed book from a time when he was at the college I went to speak to us, and also I got to meet him. So I don't know what to do with this book. I really need to think about that, so I think it's gonna go on the maybe pile. And so right now, that's all the books gone through, at least the first time around. I don't even know what time it is. My phone's telling me I've been filming this part for like 44 minutes. So it's definitely 9 something. Maybe even 10 something. And I haven't eaten breakfast yet. So I should probably eat and then come back and make decisions on the maybe pile. I don't feel the need to go through the keep pile. Like, I don't feel the need to, like, peruse and be like, do I really want to keep it? Like, I feel like I know I'm keeping things that I absolutely love and will, you know, read and enjoy. I mean, if I had enough room in my carry-on, or not my carry-on, if I had enough room in my checked bag, I would take all of these with me. I know it would be heavy, because I had books for my best friend's son, and I had them all in my checked bag, and my checked bag was pretty heavy, and those were kids' books. So just imagine how, especially just the Black Dagger Brotherhood, you know, the Black Dagger Brotherhood books alone, how heavy those would be. But yeah, and I'm also gonna count each pile and see how I'm doing. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. I feel like I'll be able to put the books I'm keeping in a smaller tote, which will be great. That was really the goal, because like that one's freaking pretty huge. So I thought I had multiples, but I guess I just combined as many of them as I could into one really big one. Yeah, so I'm gonna eat something, and then I'm gonna count everything off screen and give you the numbers, and then also, yeah, and then just go from there. Yeah, okay, so I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so I ate breakfast, I talked to my dad, and I went through the maybe pile again. So I decided to get rid of my vampire encyclopedia. I honestly really shocked myself by doing that, but it's probably outdated. There's probably new information, and I can't keep it just because I really, really like the cover. I decided to get rid of Trigger Warning. I know it's a signed copy. I just don't feel right about holding on to this. I really don't. I know it's signed. But you know, it's not like, you know, I saw him sign it or anything. Like, what we did was we handed in our books, and then he just like mass signed them. So it wasn't even like I went, like, you know, he signed it in front of me or anything. I don't have a memory of him signing it. I just have the book. So I think that, yeah, I can let this go. I decided to let go of the Initiate's World. I paged through it, and I'm like, you know, I don't need the extra. And then these two, my library system in Florida does have, so I'm just going to take them out of the library there. And same thing with the Diary of Anne Frank. So then for my keep pile, I couldn't find any of these books in my library system that I could, you know, possibly reread, you know, back home. They did have this one, an audiobook, but I'm not an audiobook person, I'm being perfectly honest. So I'm gonna keep these. If I have time while I'm home, I'll read through them. I don't think I will, but I'm gonna keep them for now. And then I also, I found out my best friend Kelly does have the book that goes with this book jacket. And I just decided I'm going to keep the Vampire Diaries books. I'm not ready to split them up yet. So that added 9 to my keep pile and 6 to my declutter pile. So the numbers are, there's 19 I'm taking to Florida, which is a pile behind me. I'm not going to show you guys. I pretty much told you what ones I was taking. I'm keeping 69. And I'm decluttering 26. So that means I'm keeping 95 books. But at least for right now, 69 of them are staying here in Pennsylvania. Honestly, I was hoping I would be able to get rid of more, but I guess the last time I was home was when I really did like a big declutter, and I didn't film that or anything because I wasn't making booktube videos at the time. But yeah, I mean, the piles actually, which is crazy to me, they do look kind of even, and I think it's just because I'm getting rid of so many big books. So I think I should be able to put all those in a smaller tote than that. I'm actually going to go see if I can find one and then show you the final result of how all of these fit into one of those. Okay, so I just ended up putting them back in the big one. I'm not super happy with how I organized this, but I did try a smaller one. It didn't quite work. Once I get back the Vampire Diaries book, I'll like rearrange it because then I'll have more space. Maybe I can put other things besides books in here as well. And also, while going through my books, I realized I'm missing my paperback edition of Dark Lover. It's pretty bad when there's so many books in a series that you don't notice you're missing one until you're going through them. So I must have loaned that to somebody. I'll just have to figure out who. But this is the final result. I mean, it's definitely a lot emptier, which is good. Yep, so that is my PA book declutter. I know this is going to be a long one, so if you've watched all the way through, thank you so much. I hope everyone has a great day. I'll see you in the next one.